Thank you for staying with us. So a mother in Enugu State has raised alarm after a teacher at Nursery and Primary School allegedly flogged her 3-year-old daughter, leaving severe marks on her body. The incident has reignited debate over corporal punishment in schools. Supporters say it's part of traditional upbringing that teaches respect and discipline. Critics, however, argue it amounts to child abuse, causing lasting physical and emotional harm, and insist that modern education should focus on positive, non-violent discipline methods. The key question now is, where should society draw the line between discipline and abuse? And to join the conversation, you can call us on 0201-635-2013 or 0902-416-3440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Before we start our conversation, there is a short clip concerning this alleged violence towards the child.
I want to show you people. My name is Soon. I am people see this. I am people see this. Una teacher. Teacher. To my child. I will not. And the teachers are finding it difficult to bring up my child.
Thank you. Ladies, you know, when I saw this video, I was like, not again, not in 2025, because we've talked about this topic so many times. Like, we've seen videos, we have called people out, we have encouraged them, we have criticized them, we have advised them. You would think, you know, that by now people understand that you do not carry out a form of punishment against children, especially a 3-year. I mean, look at that baby. Like, what possibly could a child do that is so heinous that you have to whip that child to the point that they have that sort of marks? It makes no sense to me. I keep wondering, like, when you are carrying that stick and flogging that tiny, tiny tot, how does it, like, their tears, doesn't it grab you some way? But I don't know. As you hear, some people will tell you, this is how we were raised. This is how it should be done. If you don't start it early, the child that, you know, the child will get spoiled. There's nobody, and then you'll be left with badly behaved children. So are we doing the right thing? Are these teachers, is there something that they are doing right that maybe we need to understand? Or do we just need to do more awareness and speaking to people who decide to violently beat children?
Just like you, I felt like, well, we've gone past this in my head. So in my head, I felt that we've gone past this. We've gone past corporal punishment as a means to achieve discipline. We've gone past, in this information age, we know better that children respond to discipline, not battery, not beating. That teachers have been trained to understand that if you want to achieve, just telling a child to sit down, stay in that corner for a while, achieves much more than that beating will achieve for that child. And so I was shocked. I didn't expect this to happen anymore. And there is no crime any child can commit to deserve the kind of beating that child got that would leave a scar on the child's body. No crime. If a 3-year-old still, like, this is formative age. You are meant to sit the child down, explain to the child what they are doing, and discipline the child. Withhold things over a period of time consistently, not that immediate beating. We've known that many of us grew up with this kind of thing happen to us, and many of people still doing it is out of their own frustration. You know, maybe your child broke a cup, or he broke a television, or he broke your phone or something, and then your reaction is based on your frustration on the cost it will be to replace the item that was broken. You know, how many of you have had your children flush your phone? Those kind of things are very annoying, but you have, as an adult, to be able to control your own emotions and address the situation with the child properly. This, for me, the teacher and everyone involved, even the school that allows that to go on. Many schools now, they don't allow it anymore. They don't even give you, there's no stick, there's no cane in the classroom. Cane has no business in the classroom. The classroom is a place for learning, and there must be right ways to carry out discipline. So I know that I can feel the pain of that woman. That's a mother who feels heartbroken. Like, of what basis? I did not send my child here to be beaten, but to learn. So what can we do better?
What could a 3-year-old, please?
What can we do better? One, penalize the schools. The government needs to step in. It needs to be like a government policy. You know, right now what we have is private schools. Some schools say no beating. We don't have it as a national policy, which means in some corners, some of our leaders feel like it's not a bad thing to beat up a child that is errant, or how you beat up the child that is errant. So we must create a general policy. This is the age range. This is how we should punish. And what constitutes abuse officially, in a way that regardless of the school can be shut down because somebody was beaten like this in your school. That way we would achieve long-term change. If not, this lamentation will continue next year. Another case will come up, will go viral, and then we'll sit down here again. We'll repeat the same thing like we've been repeating for the past 12 years plus.
Yeah, I totally agree with Tope, because, you know, this is shocking. This is just a child. This is just a baby, you know. And the same way that they sit down together, they form a committee to change or take care of the curriculum that should be used across schools. That's the same way policies as regards discipline and punishment should be done across board, where you say, okay, between this age and this age, they can pick pin. Within a certain age, they can go and cut grass. By the time you send a child to, like a teenager, to go cut grass every day during their break time, and by the time their hands, they have splinters, they will know, they will understand. From working hard. So I understand the mother, I understand how upset the mother is, and I also know how, even on this table, we've always said, you know, certain reactions of parents might go overboard, but any parent would express themselves the way this lady has expressed herself. There's no excuse whatsoever for what the school has done, and I think a child protection services should also be called in, you know, to handle this situation.
YK, what does a 3-year-old do to deserve such a punishment? What does she
There's nothing.
have to?
I don't know why you're asking me that question.
I'm just...
A 3-year-old is a 3-year-old. A 3-year-old is a toddler. In fact, in the developed world, kids don't even go to school at 3.
Yeah.
They go at 5. Now, here, we like education. That's why we falsify certificates.
Do we really like education?
I like how you drag that topic into this one.
It's true, because it's so important here. We carry the thing, we put it on our head, where it's like badge. In fact, crown, it's not even badge again. So we'll send our 3-year-olds to school. Why should a teacher beat a 3-year-old like that? No reason.
Yeah.
I cannot, for the life of me, I have grandchildren who are 5, 7, and 1. The 3 of them, there's no, out of the 3 of them, there's no one of them that I can see that deserves that kind of beating. Not one. And the eldest is 7. How much more a 3-year-old? So, first of all, this is another thing. DSS, please start to evaluate these teachers, their mental.
It's the DSS that would do it, who would do it?
Yes, they need to start to evaluate. If you're a teacher, you have to go through mental assessments. Because maybe she's having problems at home.
Yeah, that could also be it.
So it's the frustration that she has at home that she's taking. So before you become a teacher, everybody, go and report to DSS. Check my brain. Am I okay?
Or even psychiatric check.
When you report yourself
We
to
have
DSS,
very few teachers already. Which ones are going to go through psychiatric help?
Look, that's one of the things that made El Rufai unpopular, because he made them go through serious training.
And all those things.
Because you must go through. You see, it's
the future of our future generation is in your hands. You can make or break them.
It's not just knowing the book. It's being able to handle children.
Yes.
Teachers training college, that's why they go through teacher. You have to be able to handle children. I don't, because I'm a doctor now, I think I can teach a 3-year-old because I'm a doctor and I know science. It's not possible if I don't have that training. Teachers training. That's why teachers are one of the most respected all over the world. It's one of the most respected professions, followed by nurses. They are very respected. Because it's not easy what they do. Now, you don't just take anybody because I graduated, I'm a teacher. It's this. So this woman probably has...
Let me take this call from Angela. Angela from Otta, good morning. Oh,
and it's not just about mental health. Okay,
sorry, she probably has one psychological problem or the other. And so even when you now arrest her for abusing the child, she's not even going to understand because of that coin inside her brain. It has not been corrected. Yeah. So before, when they arrest her, they need to take her for mental evaluation.
You know,
and then the proprietors of the school.
Yes, we've taken this topic once, and this one, we saw a video where a parent had gone to confront the teacher, I think, or was it the headmistress, who felt quite confident that what she did was right. So we have people in authority, Tope had mentioned that earlier, people in authority who don't see anything wrong with this. So this national thing that we're asking about, this national policy, we just may not get it because we truly, as a people, believe that this is a form of training up children. So how do you do that? You know, that's one. Secondly, you have parents who may not like teachers beating their children, but they deal with them the same way at home. So they don't have a problem with it if they're the ones meting out this violence, but it is when it is done by someone else or done by a teacher that there's a problem. So really, should we not find another way to, you know, figure out how to handle this, knowing that we have our own traditional and cultural way of raising children, which involves beating?
Yeah. So the onus is on the school, like on the school board or whatever, to like assess their teachers over time. Because whatever you want to say, for you to teach kids or children of a certain age, you need to be a kind person. You need to be empathetic. You need to be patient. If you don't have those qualities, I don't care how great a teacher you want to be. It's not going to work because sometimes it's not just about mental health. It's about even the teachers not even taking their vitamins. I know I always use that taking vitamins as a joke. But, you know, being alert, because most times these teachers are forgetful. For example, we know the case of a 4-year-old boy that happened where the child had done something wrong. The teacher had told the guy, the boy, to go sit down at the corner in her office and locked the child in the office from 2 p.m. and forgot the child, and the school closed and everybody went home. The parents did not find that child till 10 p.m. Yes, forgetfulness. Yeah, it happens. You have to understand, forgetfulness. And then sometimes it's just sheer wickedness.
You see that sheer wickedness? You know, you can't be a wicked person without having mental problem.
Yes. I also think that when you are a teacher, you are meant to impact knowledge, which means you know better by every standard. The methodology to achieve change is not by corporal punishment. Investigations have been carried out to find out that there are better ways to go about. It's like saying that, the best way to cure, to deal with, maybe let me even use measles, is this system that we used to use. And then somebody told you there's a better way. Use calamine lotion, use this one. You say, no, this is what we've always done. If you are a teacher, you are expected to know better, educating yourself. So if a teacher is saying that the best way to deal with whatever misbehavior a 3-year-old carries out is to flog a 3-year-old child to the point that he left a scar on the child's body, that person does not deserve to be a teacher. So you are meant to know better. The system should know better. Any minister of education that has not gone through the system of child psychology shouldn't be. So because if you are at that position, you're a commissioner of education and you went through child psychology, you will know that these things should not be there. So sometimes because the issues are fragmented, but the foundation is that we don't have educated teachers are not the one teaching. We have people teaching who are not trained teachers. So if you are not trained to teach, of course you would find whatever tool you can use. Like I'm angry, there are times when I'm angry and it is hanger, or I mean like the hanger for clothes. I'll remove the hanger and say I'm going to whip you because I am angry. So I pick whatever it is, and the damage I cause does not deal with the issue that was probably on ground before. I told you how my 13-year-old, yesterday we're doing devotion, and I'm like, is it? Maya gave us a word, a very good way to put it together. Like your developing brain. I have to remind you that you're developing brain because you went to a diffuser I just bought with thousands and thousands of naira, and you are pressing like this steam. You are 13. I know your brain is developing, but don't you know that this will spoil what you are doing? I could actually let him, he does that and I beat him as a way to correct him, but I'm not achieving the goal. I'm supposed to let him understand the impact of what he's doing and the cost of what he's doing to me. And that way he understands and he feels remorse and he will change. So frustratingly beating him because he might spoil it or prevent, you know, our parents used to do preventive beating. Because I know you will disobey, let me knock you in advance. There's preventive, I beat you in advance so that you will cooperate. So we have these issues on ground in our style of upbringing, but with the knowledge we have today, we should do better.
Yeah, we have Ijoma on the line. Ijoma from Manchester. Good morning, Ijoma. Okay, Ijoma. I don't think we have Ijoma. YK, yeah, I've heard some people say that.
Good morning.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Ijoma.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, I've been watching, but my take here is there is no effort, there is no offense. Hello?
We can hear you. Please
Hello?
go ahead.
We can hear you.
I said there is no offense. There is no offense that this child committed. She's still a baby. 3 years. I have a 3-year-old girl. So sorry, 2-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy. There is no offense that this child has committed that will warrant the teacher to flog a child in this manner.
Honestly.
Yeah, even if you want to discipline a child, there is a way to discipline children. You can say, okay, go and sit in naughty. Like me, if my children do anything in naughty, I can say, go and sit in naughty corner. Go and stay there. My children will not want to sit there. Don't because it's called naughty corner. They will rather, it taught them to sit in naughty corner. That is effective. Find out what works for each child. Like Tokwe just said, you can't be a teacher without going through the right training. You can't be a teacher without having the understanding children at every level. There is no offense the child committed and warrant this child to be beaten like it. Honestly, if I'm their mother, I will take this lightly. You will go in for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ijoma.
Like, we all know, like a civilized society where if there's mark on a child, that's proof that
abuse
immediately. So whether from teacher, whether as far as there's a mark and you take pictures, you know, and you call it in and you take the child to the hospital. But in Nigeria, most times this woman has finished shouting now. What's the next thing? What has happened?
Yeah.
So
when a child goes through something like this, how do you resolve it? Because yes, we have seen the physical scars. But is this something that will traumatize a 3-year-old, or do we think it's something that can be, you know, she'll grow out of it and never remember? And the reason I bring it up is I remember when my cousin was a toddler, and as you say in Nigeria, we send them off to daycare and all sorts of things. I went one day on his birthday, earlier than normal, to pick him up, and I found him seated, and he was soaked. He had soaked his diapers to the point that he was soaked. All around him there was pee. Meaning that since the diaper that he wore to go to that daycare center was what he had on until I got there, nobody had attended to him. The moment they saw me, of course, they were rushing to clean him up and everything. He said you could see the sadness on his face. Because
he knew he soiled
himself.
He
was a baby, he could barely speak, but I'm sure he felt, you know, different. He felt that he was not in a sanitary environment. And for me, every time I remember it, it still breaks my heart. And I wonder if he ever did anything, you know, to him. Of course, that was the last time he ever went there. But I just wonder, you know, for other children who may have continued to go there, the lasting emotional impact this will have on somebody that had to face that.
You see, that kind of daycare, that's why everything has to be regulated. We live in an unregulated society. We don't regulate anything. The governor will shout from morning to night, don't take one way, they still take one way. Then it's not only them that will take one way. We go on one way because he's rushing with escorts. Not only him and himself, with his escorts, they will go on the wrong side of the road. So who is to blame? That's why I always say, let it start from the top. Now, a nursery like that, before you start, you have to go through the right channels. You have to, the right assessment. I want to use this opportunity to give DSS work.
Okay. This DSS, we don't finish DSS.
All right, DSS has its own role now.
This is part of his role now, to make sure that we live in a regulated society.
Okay.
This society has to be regulated.
All right. Thank you.
Why will you open a nursery school and you don't know anything about children. Just because I have money to open nursery school.
True.
You see, there are things you can open without. You can open maybe a nightclub because you have to be above 18. But even if you're in a nightclub and you're not, there should be regulation.
ID.
Yeah.
You're not allowed ID.
Yeah.
Which we don't do now.
We don't.
Thank you, ladies.
I just wanted to ask you a question. We are finished.
Yes, we have. We have a
Do you
segment.
believe in beating children?
No, I
No,
don't.
no,
I
we're not
personally
And
don't.
we've said it. I don't either.
Yeah.
But the question you
those
asked,
that believe they are at home. They are not here today.
or they said, but let me really answer the question about the lasting trauma.
Yeah.
There is. You know why there is lasting trauma? Because if a child touches this iron, an iron that is hot, the child remembers and never touches it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have put into the child's memory
Yes.
that if I do something, I get bitten. That's why some children, when you raise your like this, they be like this
Yeah, I
because
agree
they are used
with
to it.
you.
So there's trauma.
Thank you, ladies. That's all
my
we can
granddaughter,
take. Yeah.
she's one.
That's all we can
She
take.
went to eat
YK.
sand. She has not eaten sand since then.
Okay, thank you. That's all we can take. I'm sure that finally, probably finally, this is the last time we'll have to talk about this sort of behavior in our schools. Let's go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll go on to our next segment. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.